5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bonifay Banter Podcast.
All right, Shane. Episode 7. And it's just you and I in the studio.
Yeah,
I should have let you do the intro on this
I
one,
know.
dude.
I haven't got to do it yet. But yeah, just lone soldiers, just me and you.
Holding down the fort, dude.
Yeah.
Feels a little lonely in here. A little more quiet, but we're gonna start it off with a little. We gotta open something, right?
Yeah.
You got a
let's-
beer?
No, I'm going to need a beer for sure.
Strap
You
on.
take one of those. I'll take one of these.
Yeah, I figured Shane and I would do an episode. Just the brothers in here.
Yeah.
Kind of where it started. Yeah, we were looking around the studio. We've got a lot of sick gifts. The studio's slowly evolving over the years. You know,
Yeah,
not
there's some-
years, but episodes.
Yeah, over the last little bit, we've gotten a lot of new stuff. Things keep adding up. The junk gets piled up higher. It's nice.
More is more.
Yeah.
we got the Billy Spencer Uncle Paul thing. We were just cleaning out Lake Ronix. We actually just sold Lake Ronix, and I was going through some of the stuff there. And this is an old jamboree trophy.
Yeah, I
that
like
got
that.
busted up. I think it's Dom's actually. So
I like
I
it.
thought that'd be good to have for the studio.
I like that it tore perfectly around the Jamboree logo. So it's like you could tell it was at a party, but it didn't get defamed, you know, or it's like it's still holding its
It's almost like
intent.
Austin Pratt probably had something to do with that.
I would believe that. I could believe that for sure. But yeah, no, it's got a little Lake Lovers with Dana's yo-yo and the little stuff. But there's a lot of good things, and we got more stickers on the board, which is only going to keep filling up. Clearly,
Yeah, we got some. I put a bomb hole in there. I put a Grab Matters up on there.
yeah, I see the grab matters.
I became a Patreon Grab Matters member. So yeah,
I
we got
see
a
the
big.
bomb hole.
He sent out a bunch of stickers. We might have to send out some more stickers, Shane.
Yeah, that's true. We probably should stack up the envelope for these guys a little bit more. But no, it's good, and like obviously we're super stoked. Like everywhere, like I've been traveling quite a bit. You know, went to Thailand, just went to the Liquid Force shoot in Destin, and the feedback I'm getting is awesome, man. All the boys are loving it. Everybody's just super stoked, like
That's
really
sweet.
excited. Like just talking with Jimmy Redman, he was like, "Man, you got to let me know when I can come on." I was like, "Whenever you're in Florida." He's like, "I'll come to
Jimmy's
Florida."
got an
for it."
open. Yeah, he's got an open door
Jimmy's
into the
super
studio
excited.
here.
I'm sort of scared of what Jimmy would say on here because he's got a loose mouth, but it's definitely great. He's super excited, and we're definitely getting him on sometime.
Well, he's definitely coming. Yeah, it is cool being on the road and then and seeing people and meeting people and then having them come up and like say they've listened to the podcast or they like reference one thing that you've talked about on the podcast, and it just really makes it very gratifying for all the work and kind of stuff that we've like even for the short amount of time putting
I know,
it into it.
episode 7, and we're already getting so much fun, cool feedback. Like it's great. Like I was hanging. Watson was in town the other day. Tried to get him to come out here and do this, but he was only in town for like 24 hours. But he was super stoked. He was like, "I can't wait to make it back out there." And as soon as I'm in town, I'm coming for sure. So
Yeah, Harley's in town. We almost had Harley on, so
Yeah.
he escaped us.
yeah, he escaped us. He's very elusive. He always has something planned. He comes over.
He's a busy man.
He comes over to the States. It's impressive. He comes over to the States for like a month and he'll bang out the liquid shoot, the Mastercraft shoot, the flight board shoot. Like he's staying busy the whole time. And it's really crazy. Like I'm actually going to get to see him again. Like we're going to Lake Powell here in just a little bit for the Liquid Force shoot. And yeah, and he was just in Destin with me for the surf and foil Liquid Force shoot.
Damn,
And
you're on the Harley tour along with him. Dude.
I am. And it's a fun time.
Was he
'cause
in Thailand? He didn't go to Thailand.
He didn't go to Thailand, no, but yeah, he's doing the Destin foil and surf shoot. Then we're going to Lake Powell for wakeboards and then some foil stuff, and then there's Brotock. So
It's been a while since Liquid did their brochure shooting in Lake Powell, huh?
This is our 30-year anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
Next year's our 30 years.
Seems right to go back to
Yeah, and it's honestly been a long time. I want to say anywhere from 10 to 15 years. Like
You
let's
haven't been
just
out
say-
there in 10 to 15 years?
I haven't been out there since.
Oh, you're
since
having
then.
Powell withdrawals, dude.
I know, it's crazy. I'm super excited. And we've got a good squad going out there. Like even Dan Grant's coming for he's not a boat rider and he's
He
not
is
a
now.
foil rider, but he's gonna be there. And yeah, it's a
Get him
bunch
wake
of
skating out there. Yeah.
oh yeah,
that's
no,
good.
he'll definitely be shredding out there, but it's just funny. Like the group that we have going, it's gonna be a fun one. So
He played out. Yeah, it's been I can't believe it's been 10, 15 years since you've
I know.
not been to Lake Powell.
Well, we went consecutively for like 7 or 8 years. Like it was just like constant. That was just where we went for every liquid force shoot. And then
I used to be so jealous when y'all did the liquid force shoot
dude.
out there every year. I was like, because there was years when there's probably like gaps where I didn't go to Powell for like 6 or 7 years almost too. Like,
man, it was those liquid force times back then were just wild with, people like Aaron Reed and Krasson and Mikey Innan and Balzer and Henshaw.
What a wild crew.
It
You
was
looking back.
it wasn't only encouraged, but it was 100% embraced just to have the best time you could out there. And that's when I wasn't actually filming, so I could sleep in a little bit. I was just riding. Now I'm actually filming, and I have to be up and filming everybody's sets, which this is going to be a different.
How much more work is it as a filmer compared to a wakeboarder? Like
so much,
yeah.
so much more. Like I find it funny that like the difference of what I would do on a team shoot and think that I was working hard and being like, this is what I'm doing for you guys. I'm taking my 2 sets a day, and you better.
And I cover the boat.
And yeah, I'm covering the boat, putting like I'm doing this, and you guys like. And then now look, being a filmer, I'm like, first one's up, like filming all of the stuff, staying hustling, charging batteries, downloading or dumping all the footage, like doing all the product stuff in between. Like you used to just ride and come back, and then you could crack beers and just hang out and have lunch, and then in the evening you get to ride again. And now it's like a 10 to 12 hour day of just doing this and grinding, and it's so funny. I get so mad at the riders when they're not doing something now, and I'm like, dude, that was totally
that's so easy.
Yeah, that's totally like what I was, because I thought I was doing a hard job there. It's like, I'm getting sore, I'm getting sunburnt, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sore, sunburnt, and still out here for every single ride. Like,
I'm telling you, man, you need to pick up a drone, Shane. I think that's I've watched the drone.
The drone boys got it. The drone boys got it good. They just hang in the shade. They get to play a little video game.
They set up their own little thing, their own little booth. They have their little fan on them. They're all in their goggles, sitting in their nice little chair. No one talked to me for a second. Like,
they get into it too. The droners really are just like they're so just. This is what I'm doing, and get out of my zone. Don't even talk to me while I got my goggles on, but
it is annoying when you're flying and then someone comes up, they're like, oh, is this video and there's a camera on that? And you're like, yes, this.
The questions,
the same 5 questions. Like,
no, but I mean, it's so crucial to have that drone footage, like a good drone pilot, like between BT and Dave AV, which is I've got to work with those boys. They're so clutch on some of the stuff. Like I know if I was flying drones, I would have dropped like 6 or 7 of them in the water probably in the first year. So
I mean, you can miss a shot with a regular camera, much less with a drone.
With the drone, yeah,
it might be a true liability on
that. And you're
I missed the shot and I crashed it.
Yeah, and I had a few good shots, but then it went in the water and we lost it. Yeah, no, it's definitely a nice little. But this time actually, Harrington's coming out to Powell to shoot with me too.
Now that's a 30. Why don't they get the whole crew back together?
Dude,
I'm talking about 12 before 12.
Yeah.
Aaron Reed. Let's get Henshaw. Let's get Balzer. Let's get the whole crew back out there.
I know. I'm really excited though, because Colin's this badass filmer now, and he's coming to shoot a lot of GoPro, but he's also shooting with me on all the product stuff.
That's
and
good to
board
have. Yeah, Colin's a weapon, dude.
Yeah, Colin's a weapon, and he has a big weapon. He has a red camera, which I'm not a big fan of ingesting all of the red footage. The files are so big, and I'm like, you got to bring your own hard drive, Colin, because I'm not bringing it.
Yeah, I bet that's a whole different monster to shoot on.
I mean, it is good. It is good quality stuff, but those files are no joke.
They run hard.
They run hard.
Colin was on the F1 barefoot shoot we did for Red Bull down in the Everglades down there. Yeah, and he just wasn't rigging GoPros and stuff, which is kind of like what I thought Colin did. Like he's like right underneath the director. He's like he was mounting a red camera underneath like the front thing of the car. So there was like a little gap. There's actually the shot to where the shot where the gator turned and like almost like bit me on that one where I had to like touch it on the back of the leg. After that, the car is off. So the gator like turns, and now the gator's like looking into the car, and he sees the red camera. I don't know if he sees his reflection or something, but he starts to go for it. And I'm sitting there watching him like put his head into the thing. And so I run He's like seriously getting closer and closer, and I run to the back of the car, grab the tire, and start to roll the car backwards.
Whoa!
Because you
There's
can't turn
nobody.
it on.
Yeah.
No one's moving the red camera except for like me.
Imagine
And,
if
dude,
the gator.
Colin told me the shot, dude. Colin, you got to send us the shot. I was rolling it backwards, and then the gator opens up his mouth as he's getting towards the red camera, and like literally, you see the inside of his mouth.
That's so sick.
And then it pulls back.
Yeah,
That's me rolling it.
That's
back.
the shots Colin gets, dude. He's clutch. He's a clutch dude.
The gator had his mouth open. He had a GoPro, and he was pulling the thing through the side of the gator's mouth, and like you'll see it's in the actual edit, but like. Colin crushed him.
Yeah,
he had
no,
some
Colin's-
crispy shots.
Yeah, I'm excited to work with him. It's been a while since I
Shout out Colin Harrington. Shane, you always point up like the people passed away or something.
I know,
dude,
but
I
it's
don't-
just sort of like, yo, there it is. I don't know. I know. I've noticed that too because I actually have done it before. Whenever you did say somebody passed away, I was like, yeah, that's like the same thing when I'm like shouting out somebody. But we got a koozie over there. This thing needs a koozie on it. I keep banging it on the table. We might not have a koozie.
We'll get
we
one.
got them
We'll
around
get
here.
one.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, no, it's been a crazy month between going to Thailand for a week, back home for a week, then up to Destin for a week, and then now going. We got a little
Damn, you're
bachelor
on the
party.
move.
Yeah, I got a bachelor party we're
Yeah,
going
my
to.
bachelor party is tomorrow, so we're actually
Yeah.
starting off packing up, and we're going up to Lake George here in Florida.
It's gonna be a fun one. Good squad.
Good squad. We're gonna be a little golfing, a little boating,
Yeah.
going to the springs. Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah, no, I'm excited.
me too.
Who's bringing the boat?
I think Grub's gonna bring his.
Nice. I was wondering if Mossy or Grub bringing it out, but no, that one's gonna be a fun one. And then literally get back, and I'm back for a day, and then we go to Pal for a week. So it's gonna be so full on.
What else did you do recently? You had jury duty.
I had a crazy.
How the fuck was that?
It
dude?
was gnarly. And that was right after I got back from a trip too. Was just gone for like 4 or 5 days, and then came back, and the next day woke up and had to go do jury duty. And I was like, I've done jury duty before, and it was
You've
just
only
like,
done it once.
No, I've done
You
it
got to
twice.
do better. I mean, yeah, but you got to figure out how to get out of this shit.
I thought I was going to get out of it because I was quiet and I had a hoodie on, and I literally sat in the back and just like was like falling asleep while they were asking all the questions. And I was like, I looked so uninvolved that I was hoping that they were going to be like, we don't need this guy here. But no,
Can you like answer the questions wrong or something? Can you appear?
you
that
can
you're
you
just,
can
like,
act a little, but it's your civic duty to not.
I
just
guess you're
do
right.
the-
I guess you're right. You can't
and
really
I sort of I sort of thrive on a good debate or a good back and forth.
Oh yeah,
but
you can argue a popsicle's fucking warm, Shane.
Yeah.
Like, you would be actually perfect for jury duty.
You would think that. That's what Jimmy called me and told me too after I was into this jury duty because
You're born for
the
this.
the first one was a DUI case that was just a 1 day thing. That's what I'm
That was the first
built
one.
for. That's
what
what I'm
you're
built
built for.
for. That's like that was like probably maybe like 10 years ago, maybe more.
And this
Anyways,
one was different.
This one was a 5 day.
Oh man.
Yeah, you're going to be here for 5 days, maybe 4.5, but just plan on 5. And I was like, oh no. And this is like right after you get selected. Out of 90 people, I'm like 1 out of 9 that gets selected. And
Damn, they must have really
they
liked
liked
you.
it. I think they needed a solid.
This
like,
kid has what it takes.
yeah, I think they needed a solid like white male, married, 40s beard type of guy that
Cavities.
wasn't cavities. But no, it was crazy. Like, I mean, I don't even want to like.
You can't really get into the details.
I could tell you, but I don't even want the people listening to
Fair
have
enough,
to hear what
fair
I
enough,
did.
fair enough.
I did at the photo shoot. Megan was asking about it, and I gave her the full rundown. Megan Ethel.
You shook her a little bit.
Oh, she was shook. She seriously woke up in the morning the next day and was like, I couldn't even sleep. I was thinking about your case that much. Like,
What
but
was
it's
so
a
heavy about it? You don't got to get into the details, but what was like kind of like what
It was-
what?
case, which was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, well.
Like, and then it was like, it was just intense. I don't even want to go crazy on it, but it's like,
Did you get
Both
did you,
sides-
did you get all the way through to where you were in like the
no, I didn't go into
Deliberation?
the
Is that what they call it?
deliberation.
Yeah.
So what it was is after the 4.5 days, this is actually pretty good. So after 4.5 days, they're like jury 313 stand up and jury 247 stand up. So me and this other person stood up, and
were
they're
you
like,
313?
I was 313.
Dude,
Yeah,
what are the
yeah.
chances?
Maybe it was 331. But anyways, the point was, he goes, all right, you guys are actually the alternates, so you're not allowed to go back and deliberate with the rest of the juries, and
No.
your time here is done. And we were just like, what? And then the judge goes like this, and he goes, hey, and you also should have said that we had a celebrity in the jury panel. And I'm like looking around like, what? And he goes, oh yeah, I know who you are, Mr. Bonifay. And I'm like, what? And I go, yeah. He goes, was it you or your brother that was on Jackass? And I was like, well, I was on the show a long time ago for a split second, but Parks was in all the movies. And he was like, man, that's really cool.
And
like,
this is the judge?
Yeah. I go, did you wakeboard or something? Because I grew up here in Orlando and everybody wakeboarded around. So like my friends wakeboarded, but I never really got into it that much. But we knew who you guys were. And I was like, no way. And he was like, I even know that like your parents were Cypress Gardens water skiers and all of this stuff.
Shit,
like,
dude, it was crazy.
Yeah, and it was just like, yeah, he called me out, and I was like, but it was like pretty funny. But
at least it's towards the end. So were you mad that you didn't get to go at first? Were you mad that you didn't get to go back because you spent all that time while you were just like day in? How long are the days?
They're not too bad. I mean, you go in at like 8, and then you go into the jury room, and then you come out and you do like probably 3-4 hours, and then you go back, you have lunch. Then you come back and you're chilling, and then you get like another.
That's a long
3
day,
or 4.
though.
It is a long day, but you're not like sitting there taking notes for the whole time. Like your breaks are pretty long, and there's all these things too that like every time they go objection, and he's like, yeah, approach, and he's like, actually, we're gonna send the jury back in there and we'll go chill for like 15-20 minutes. But you don't have your phone or you don't have anything, so you're just like
you're literally just
you're just like hanging out, like talking
to
to strangers, like 9 other strangers. I'm like just hanging out with them, like. Okay, so what's up? And
we're gonna do a podcast in here, right?
Yeah, no, but it was an intense 5 days. So
it sounds
like yeah, it was really crazy. And even my wife Paige, like I would come home and like she was like, I've never seen you like this. Like I couldn't talk about it with her, and she was like, I could just see it draining on me because it was so heavy that both sides had very legitimate arguments on why. He innocent or guilty, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like this is
how long was the dude going to go to jail for? If you
life,
yeah,
life. That's what made it nice that I actually was just an alternate because I walked out of there and I was like, I'm now not responsible for this person going away forever or.
Good point.
Or letting somebody out that was guilty for like I was absolved of all of that, and it was pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy.
That sounds.
It was hands down the most heavy thing I've had to deal with, and it lasted for 5 days. Like it was crazy.
Heavy, man.
Yeah.
This seems like a good section to me segueing to the Kelly Slater wave pool last week.
Yeah, that's it. They're both similar.
Sorry to bring it down and back up so hard, but yeah. I just went.
What were you up to?
I just went out to California last week. I went out to the Red Bull APC training center out there at headquarters, and then that's kind of like where they do a lot of the rehab for if you have an injury and stuff out there. So I went out there and checked out the facilities, and then
sounds way better than jury duty.
Yeah, way better. And then I actually got the second fitting for my suit for the wedding.
Oh, nice!
I get married August 30th, so I went out there with Philippe. Philippe's my team manager for Red Bull, but him and his brother, they have their own clothing company called Mulch, and they do like custom like suits, pieces. It's all kind of like custom fabrics and stuff. So
you liking it? Did you get to
it's
see
really sick. So we went to this like he has a tailor there, and her name's Sharon. She's like 74 years old. She's made suits for like Prince, MJ, like back in the day and stuff.
You're gonna look like Prince.
I'm gonna look like Prince. No, but it was pretty sick. And then so we got to pick out the fabric and stuff. It's looking bad.
Really
I've never really had a custom suit before. So
you did.
Now
you did go to prom in a custom suit.
That's true. That's true. Damn, you got to bring up old. Why you got to bring up old shit?
That was a classic.
Now we got to throw up the picture of me going to prom. You're right, Shane. That was my first custom suit right there.
Yeah.
Paige gives me so much shit for that one. Rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
Neon green and ugly and unbreathable. But this one's going to be way sicker, Shane.
Yeah, I believe so. And what am I going to be wearing for best man? What do we got? You just like board shorts or some shit?
Yeah, I kind of got to work on y'all's.
Yeah, you might need to. It's coming up a little bit.
Yeah, we still got a few months, but
yeah.
Luckily, Paige is super organized. She's really good at it. She's really good at organizing the wedding, but
no, that's good.
It's gonna be fun. We're gonna do it up at Radar, and then from there, we went up to Kelly Slater Wave Pool in Lenore.
That's sick. I've always wanted to go see that thing.
Insane, dude. This wave it's bonkers, dude. Like you walk up and it's just
firing.
You can't even. It's hard for your eyes to like wrap it around, man. Yeah. It is just so much water's moving, and they can really shape that wave so much, like depending on how fast that foil goes. Like, you can pretty much make it barrel all the way down, or it could be like mellow in the beginning. You could do like a crumbly Waikiki wave the whole way down to where, 6 longboards are partying on it.
That's crazy. I love that.
It's really fun. Thank you for Red Bull for getting us out there for on that one, because there ain't no way I'm ever going to be able to afford to rent out that wave pool.
Yeah, she's a
maybe
pricey
one day.
one.
It's worth it, man. It's crazy. So now I think they have one in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
you ever surfed any wave pools besides Typhoon Lagoon?
Nope. Typhoon Lagoon's my.
That's your bread and butter.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm a surfer, but I'm all about the drops. I don't do good hacks. I'm just into a deep in the pocket drop. Just that almost like that feeling of dropping in on a half pipe the first time, like when it's big. That's all I like for.
Well, that's all Typhoon Lagoon really has.
Yeah, it's just a good drop. That's why Typhoon Lagoon works good for me. Is you get a good drop and then you're out. But
it's kind of how the Slater wave is. You just drop in. My turns pretty much suck too, so I just get a lot of speed dropping in, turn up, and kind of.
Cole knows that I just love drops, and whenever we have surf together, like I'll drop, and then go back out there to the wave. He's like, dude, that was a sick drop.
Sick drop, dude.
He'll just let me know, and I'm like, it was right. I was laid on it, like, and then I just get the like down curve, and then I do a little thing, but I'm not good at that part of it. I just love the drop.
That's good. It's key drop is key. The thing that sucks about the Kelly wave is like, for as magical as that wave is, you can have the sickest ride, and the only thing you're going to remember when you leave there is the waves you fucked up.
Yeah,
because you only get so many. So if you if you mess up your drop off, like I made all my takeoffs, but like I fell on my first turn on one, and I was just like, it almost ruined my whole sash.
Yeah,
like I was so bummed.
I can believe that.
So when you get up, you just try not to. You don't get too risky on your turns, like maybe Carolyn and all the pros do. But I'm just like, don't fucking fall. Make it to the end, get to the barrel, because the barrel is pretty sick.
So they'd be mad at me for just getting a drop and then backing out the back of the wave and getting back in the lineup.
That would be a long ways away.
Sorry,
guys, I'm all about the drop. Just take that one.
Yeah, just take it.
Shane's the best person to have in your session, because like if you fall, then you get the next one, and Shane, well, he just drops in and then kicks out. So.
Yeah, you could just stay inside of me and catch a lot of waves.
Come to Kelly Slater Surf Ranch.
Yeah, they wouldn't have me. They wouldn't have me just by my. My resume on good drops isn't getting me in on that lake.
What else is going on this summer? We got a little Brotock is coming back right here. Is that the Brotock 08 is that Shaka thing?
Yeah,
doing it in Georgia.
Brotock's coming back. There's a lot of cool things planned for it too. Like they're going full on.
You say the last is 27th?
Yeah, I want to say it's the last weekend of June. So maybe 27th, 28th, give or take around then. But no, Brostock's back. Got a lot of cool things. We're doing like Unit is actually remaking the Relentless Rail.
Oh, that's cool. The one that was out of projects?
Yeah, the one that was out of the projects. So they're building that, and we're doing a little rail exhibition there too. A few of the guys. I think Muncie's going to be there. And,
I like Muncie.
Yeah, Dan Grant and a few other riders are going to shred that. But like just trying to go full nostalgia with it. Like, I don't know what the format is yet. I think we've been trying to work on that. Obviously, it's just double ups, but whether
what other format does?
But whether it's a timed double up thing or if you get 2 lefts and 2 rights, and we've been all I'm in the marketing meeting, so we've been chatting about it. But there's a lot of good ideas, and
they're doing it at the rowing club, correct?
Yeah.
Is there going to be a big flotilla? Because I feel like that's key. It's got to be. Remember, it's not a wakeboard contest. This is 60% party, 40% wakeboard.
Yeah, no. So they're definitely doing flotilla, and that's where the party's supposed to be happening. I mean, you can definitely party on shore a little bit, but we were trying to make it a little bit more family friendly in the sense that on shore we're gonna have a bunch of vendors and a lot of cool hangouts and some music, that style thing. But if you're out on that flotilla, it should get a little wild.
You gotta sign a waiver for you.
Yeah, probably be a good call. But no, we're like it. There's a lot of cool things happening, so I don't want to give everything away, but make sure you find your way down to.
Well, I think what I'm concerned about is, are you going to be filming, or are you going to be the mascot of Brostock? Because Shane was always pretty much the mascot, the face of Brostock. Leather jacket, these ugly white jeans that you had
Ugly?
always-
Those were amazing
But
white
they were,
jeans.
I say ugly as in like fucking awesome. Like they were, I mean.
Yeah. No, we had people signing them. A lot of
We- we-
graffiti
we
on
call them
them.
beautiful?
Yes, they were beautiful. They were beautiful white pants. No. And the white pants started because there was a white party that a few days before Brostock that me and Grace went to, and I bought some white pants and decided to wear them for about 6 days straight.
And then they just got.
And then that's when they got ugly.
That's when they got
That's
ugly.
when, no. But
I think it's very key that you are.
I keep saying-
you got to be old school Shane. There, your camera shots are not that fucking great to where they're
That's what-
the whole contest is
I
going to
think
benefit
everybody
more.
realizes that.
They're going to benefit more like you,
Yeah.
you get behind it. Maybe you can do both.
Yeah, no, I've said I'm like me and Bob should be the ones in front of the camera rallying the troops.
100%. Like
Yeah.
who else is going to do it?
I mean, I threw my
I
name
think
in the
I'm,
hat.
I'm hosting.
I threw my name in the hat.
I'm doing some commentating. I think
Yeah.
for it, but
Yeah. And yeah, no. So I'm excited to. I'm throwing my name in the hat to be the face of Brostock again, but. And we'll see. We'll see. I'm pretty sure I'll be out there having a good time and
either way,
encouraging some partying, which I'm always really good at. You know, I'm always good at encouraging some party. But you said you're commentating it, but the Pro Tour that just happened recently that we did the live cast of, and you commentated that.
Yeah, that was
crushed.
fun.
That
Yeah,
was really
fun.
good.
I really like that the live stream and kind of just like having like that open like 3.5, 4 hours of kind of me and Alexa kind of just like almost feels like more of a podcast and a little bit looser. We're not doing these like
Weird
2-minute
takes.
TV pieces and like, oh, that was good. Let's get another one in the bank. Let's just
No,
you fub that word. Let's shoot this.
I thought it was
again.
really
Like,
cool, and I liked that I was in the boat filming and watching the live stream of the filming, but it was like on like a few minute delay, so I could watch, and then as soon as the run was done, I could look down and watch what I just filmed and be like adjust and be like, okay, I was a little dark on that shot. Let me lighten up and zoom in a little bit more. Let me get the shot a little bit better. But it was like fun. And then you were also right there, like, you know, commentating it.
that's
But-
pretty cool that you can like watch your shots back like 30
yeah,
seconds.
yeah,
later,
it was
kinda
really
like,
good. And what was also funny too is LAO was going on at the same time. So Jamie Lapina was in the boat with us, and she had LAO up, and we
And
were
the live stream.
and the live
So you
stream,
got 'em
and
both
we're
on.
like filming, like, so like there was a lot going on. I'd be like, Jamie, what's going on? How's this run looking? Who's doing good? And it was really funny of just like, I mean, she probably should have been paying attention to the run and not watching LAO since she was judged. But no, it was
I think
really
they got
fun.
it judging.
No,
fairly,
she
right?
did good.
There's a
She
couple
did good.
close calls.
Yeah, just in between the runs, we would watch LAO for a few minutes, and LAO was really good too.
LAO was pretty sick to watch. That was pretty. There was a couple close calls on that one.
A lot of close calls. There's some good.
lot of debate still out there.
Yeah,
right
well,
now.
they would like do the runs like the head to head in 3 rounds, and then sometimes whenever it's close, it would be like just on break, and Crowhurst just would have to fill like 15-20 minutes
Right,
because
yeah,
the
yeah.
judges would be going
If
back
anyone
and
can do
forth.
that though, it's Matt.
No, Crowhurst is great at it. Yeah, like no, but it was yeah, it definitely was. There was some close ones. There's the one that like I was in a little heated debate with Megan and Gunther about it.
And they were both against you.
Not really against me, but they were hearing me out. But
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I think that they were. Well, okay, so what it was Claudia versus Rivers in the semifinals. And that's like a heated round. Like that could be first and second for
Totally,
sure.
that's the final.
And this is semifinals
To go to the final.
to go to the finals. And, you know, Claudia went out there, won the first round. Then Rivers came back, won the second round. Claudia fell in the second round. And then third round was just, I mean, it was really close. It was one of those times that Crowhurst had to fill 20 minutes because
So
the judges
had their
were,
hands full up
they
there,
had
huh?
their hands full, but
How long did it take them? Probably like 15, 20 minutes.
oh,
or
it took
so?
a while. Yeah, it was a while. I would say about 20 minutes, but I was on the side of Claudia. I really thought Claudia had it. And no offense to Rivers shredded. A
That
lot
was
of her
her-
when she would make a trick, it would be
Bolts.
undeniable. It would
Right.
be bolts. Like she and her style's just, you know,
Yeah.
impeccable. Like, but in the final round, there was a few hits that she didn't capitalize on, and I thought Claudia's mishits or tricks that weren't as good as Rivers were better than Rivers's mishits.
So Rivers' mishits were just a little bit bigger than the mishits.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Claudia.
There's 2 main rails that I thought Rivers like didn't do as good as Claudia did on it, but
Right.
Claudia's rail hits that she didn't do as good as Rivers were just a little bit behind. They weren't as good by any means. It's not even arguable. Like there was a heel 9 from Rivers,
yeah.
and then Claudia did a heel 7, but she bobbled this landing a little bit,
She was like
hand
straight
drag.
legging on it. I think.
Yeah,
I remember that one.
It wasn't clean, but it was still a big
Right.
heel 7.
and
It
maybe
was-
not as good as her previous rounds.
Yeah, so it was like, yeah, exactly. I think that they were judging against her previous rounds
Maybe a
where
little
they
bit.
knew that she could do. But anyways, it was good, and it was just fun to be with Gunther and Meg, and we were going back and forth. Like they could understand where I was coming from, but they were on the side of Rivers, and I was like, I think you guys are just being biased because Rivers lives with you half of the year, and they're like, what? No, and I was like, I know, I'm just joking. But it was, yeah, I was. I feel if Claudia, if you're watching, I thought you took it. I thought you could have edged her out right there.
I think you're kind of right too. I watched it and I
Yeah.
thought it was pretty
It was
damn
close.
and,
It was real close.
There's a lot of
And-
pressure on it too. The Rivers 3P, it's kind of
Yeah.
like there. It was,
And whenever you're judging like that, it's like it's tough.
it is hard, man. Especially rail contests. I feel like it's so like
Yeah,
it's so apples to apples. It's to where like boat riding, you can kind of
you can pick with sort of where you want to go on the style or the technical or whatever, a little bit different.
It's tough.
Like even when I'm filming on the Pro Tour and those guys start getting heated into it, I'm like so thankful that I'm not in on this because everybody's making good points. And that's the thing is like all the points are good, but it's who do you think is going to take this heat? And it's tough because, it's 3 judges and 2 out of 3 of them. And usually one's one way, one's the other way. And then there's a middleman that's like, do we want to talk about this a little bit more? Because I could see where you're both saying, but like who, I don't know.
Right.
And then it's basically the other 2 judges trying to sway
Sway
the
the
middle
other one.
judge to go one way or the other. And it's tough. I don't want to be a judge.
I
There's
tip the cap to all the judges out there.
yeah, they
'cause
do
it
a
is
really
not
good
fun.
job too, and they do a very good job on explaining themselves and walking through the whole thing. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's a tough one. So
There's a lot of protests, you think?
I don't think as much as there used to be. I think back in the day we used to have quite a bit of protest, but not like it would just be weird. I don't know. I just remember more protests,
Right.
but I'm not involved with it. So as soon as I'm done filming, I'm back at production tent, and I don't hear the protests. So
Didn't it cost like $150 to like, protest back on tour back in the day or something? I
Yeah.
remember they started like charging like for the protest.
I do remember a fee being on the protest thing, and it was like, yeah, I forget what it was, but I think it was just because everybody was protesting so much. It was just
The
like,
judges, everyone's just like, dude, we got to stop this.
we got to stop this, or at least make
The
more
wake
money
dads
from
are
it.
getting
yeah.
out of hand.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I wouldn't want to be a judge these days because there's a lot of good riders, and it's just it's a tough situation to be in sometimes. Like most of the time, it's black and white, and you can say this person won the heat, but when both people make their runs, you're like, which way do I want to go?
Yeah, it's almost like a personal preference kind of like thing.
Yeah,
It's almost
and it
like
should be.
Claudia's, like kind of like her air trick was like pretty low.
Yeah.
And if you really,
If you want to knock it, you
if
can't
you
knock
really
it.
hated air tricks, like
Yeah.
I feel like Andy Kolb watched that and he was just like, he
Kolb.
probably was just like,
Nope.
absolutely not. Like,
Yeah. But it is tough. Like, and it's like, yeah, but it should be personal preference because that's why we're putting those judges in those positions, like, and even I think protesting should be out the window because if you are riding in the contest, that means you're agreeing with what these judges' decisions are.
Right.
And
But I think sometimes you want to make sure the judge saw what they saw.
I think there can be a review, but like to try to sway somebody
Right.
out of their opinion shouldn't really make sense because their opinion is what we've
It's
all
what we-
agreed.
yeah.
It's what everybody that's riding
why
in
you're
the
picked
contest.
for
Yeah,
it.
that's why we're picked. And then if you have a problem with the judges, then you do that before you run, not afterwards where you go, I think I beat him. And it's like, well, it's not your opinion that matters. It's the judges. And that's why they are sitting in the boat judging. But-
yeah, protest can be a fun thing. I remember I qualified through in Australia one time, and then we left, and then I went to the casino, and I think Ike was like on the bubble, so Ike protested, and then they were like watching video review and stuff like without me there, and then they come and I'm like playing poker, and they come and tap me on the shoulder, and they're like, "Hey Parks, we got to talk to you about the results." I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" Like,
Yeah.
shoot, I'm in a hand. I got King 10 right now.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they're like, well, we reviewed the stuff some video, and Ike is in, and you're on the bubble tomorrow. Or you didn't make the finals. And I'm like, I'm like, dude, you can't review a video without me there and then make a change of call when I flew all the way across the planet for this contest.
Yeah.
I go, that is the most bullshit thing ever. I go, I'm riding tomorrow. Y'all figure it out.
Y'all figure it out.
So like they put like an extra person in the finals.
I love that. They're like, oh shit, Park says he's riding. We can't not stop.
I was so mad at Ike that night. I love Ike. Shout out Ike.
Yeah.
But I was like, Ike, what?
You know, Ike is like just crushing it in Australia now.
No,
do you know?
I haven't really...
he's in charge of like, I think it's like helping make roads or doing this thing, but his company is massive and he just runs the Gold Coast. Like he runs the Gold Coast nowadays.
Sick,
yeah,
dude.
he's like in with all the city officials and shit. Like he's
Love it. I would have never thought Ike would be the one to get into with the city
I know.
officials.
Especially whenever you're like, well, he's like, you know, with Josh Sanders and Daniel Watkins, you're like, out of the three of them, Ike's definitely going to be still just like trying to figure his way in the world today, you know? But now he runs Gold Coast.
Ike, dude.
Yeah.
I miss Ike. Love you, Ike, dude.
Yeah.
I need to get back to Australia. I haven't been to Australia in way too long.
Yeah. How long's that been?
Seriously, it might be like, since like my documentary like tour, which was like 2010.
Damn. Yeah. I think last time I went, I had to leave early because of COVID. Like I was on a 2-week trip.
I don't think you want to get stuck in Australia during COVID. Like
it could be worse spots to be stuck, but I was over there and I was like on the 2-week trip, and they like literally once the States and everybody started locking it down, like Paige was like, "You've got to fly back here tomorrow," and I was like, "I think we'll be fine." Within like 4 or 5 hours, it was like,
calm down, babe. The world's not ending.
Yeah. But then like 4 or 5 hours later, I was like, I've changed my ticket. I'm on my way home. This is crazy. And it was like, but a few riders did get stuck. Like Anna got stuck over there. And like Claudia was like, I don't think she was stuck in Australia, but she was stuck somewhere because she was trying to fly to Italy. And that was like the first country that sort of shut things down. But it was pretty wild.
It got bad in Italy first, I think, before.
That's why Claudia had to leave. Like she was like, I've got to get back. Like they're shutting the borders down. And we were like, everybody else was like, no, you're over-exaggerating. And then 24 hours later, we're like, whoa, oh shit, everybody's got to go home. This is crazy. Yeah. I was in the Gold Coast when I think it was maybe Brisbane actually at the time, but when Tom Hanks got COVID, and it was like,
I remember that.
Yeah, and he was in Brisbane, and I was like, "This is not a good sign. If Tom Hanks is getting COVID
on an island,
and then we're getting shut down." And I was like, "Tom Hanks might be able to get home, but I doubt I will." Yeah, so
jump in his carry-on.
Yeah. What else? What else we got?
Yeah, I mean, no protest up in the Masters when Megan Ethel, 9-time Masters champion. How crazy is that?
That is wild.
I was watching it with Grubb. And Dana goes, yeah, the most winningest wakeboarder in history. And he was like, is that true? I go, dude, Megan's
9 times.
Like, you forget. And this is before she won too. And then after he's all, this is 9 times. And I look at Grubb, I go, yeah, that's
gnarly.
That is really crazy. Shout out Meg for that.
Yeah, Meg. Congrats on 9 times, and congrats on what was it? Switch Pete 5 into the dock.
Was bolts. Oh, like coming in wild card to the dock, and no one even really saw it coming.
One of the best tricks to make is the last trick at Masters coming into the dock because everybody's there. It means you just stomped your run. You're coming in with a big one. You would always do a big old railie and pitch handle and just dive in or do something. But like that last trick coming in to the dock at Masters is probably one of the better
It
tricks.
is a really good dismount, really good finale right there.
Yeah. And she already knew she probably won. So she's like, let me throw down something sick right here. Like,
that's pretty badass. That was a rap KGB or rap Pete Rose 5.
Rap Switch Pete 5, I think. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was really sick. It was really good. And 9 times is so mind blowing. Like I won it once. I think we talked about it on here already, but like, yeah, getting the ring and being a Masters champion is great, but doing it 9 times.
How sick would that be if Meg got it? Because they only give you, if you win Masters more than once, you still only get 1 ring.
That's just such bullshit.
That sucks, right? Because how sick would Megan look with 9 rings? Just
like,
going like that.
Like you should, like how hard is it to make the ring? Like just give them the ring.
Give them the ring.
Yeah. It's like
you're not giving them a Rolex, which you need to do anyways. And
yeah. They used
What
to.
do you got? Yeah, I think if you won overall, you
Overall
got,
in water ski.
water skiing,
Yeah, you
the
got a
3 events,
Rolex.
jump, trick, and slalom, then you would get a Rolex.
I wonder if they still do that.
Wakeboarders don't need to know what time it is.
They don't. Most of them should not have a Rolex anyways because they'd leave that in a
I'm not
hotel.
leaving a Rolex behind it. I've been wanting a Rolex.
A lot.
Rolex, if you
Yeah,
you're
shout out.
if you're watching this episode, that bit sounds nice. Bonifay Banter. This episode is brought to you by Rolex.
Yeah, we could
The
even put the watch
presidential.
or like the time, like that Rolex logo with the Glock up there. Like we could do something for you guys. Hit us up. Let us know.
We got tons of ideas flying.
We
right
got a
now.
lot of stuff happening. I mean, Bert Kreischer just reposted us.
Oh, that was sick.
That
Dude,
was
Bert
so
confirms
sick.
because Joey tells the story how Joey's sister dated Bert Kreischer in college. So Bert came back for Thanksgiving and slept walk after they went downtown and got hammered. Tried to get underneath the the cover of the table. His mom already had Thanksgiving table set. So in the middle of the night, he tries to get underneath the tablecloth, knocks over all the candles and glass and shit. And then Larry comes down with a
pillow and
in
his
his
tidy
tiny
whities,
whities,
yeah.
man. So Bert did reach out and he did confirm that did happen. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's
gave us a
pretty good.
repost. Shout out Bert.
Yeah,
Appreciate
the
that.
repost to his 3.5 million followers was really sick.
That
So
was pretty
Bonifay
sweet.
Banter's growing, dude. We're getting some momentum.
We're getting some momentum. Thanks,
Yeah.
Bert.
Yeah, thanks to Bert. Yeah.
Man, we should we give away the little? Should we do the little?
Yeah, let's do a little
little top shelf Patreon giveaway right now.
for sure.
We just this is pretty fun. We talked about on the Uncle Paul episode. Blake Reeves
Yeah.
won the trip with Uncle Paul on the Off the Chain Uncle Paul's pontoon tour. So Blake says he has an open schedule whenever we're down and Uncle Paul's coming down.
Yeah.
He's coming down from Michigan and he's going on this tour and we're going out with him. We're going to video the whole thing.
Yeah, it's
and
gonna
make
be
like
great.
a little party edit for this.
It's going to be great.
gonna
We're
sick,
super
man.
excited. Yeah.
So thanks to all the Top Shelf Patreon, all the Patreon members, but especially the Top Shelf Patreon members, where you get your name on the spin to win wheel.
Honestly, that whole idea, like whenever we gave away the Uncle Paul dinner cruise,
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to go nowhere. Like it's definitely going to be somebody that can't make it into Florida whenever they want. But no, Blake won,
Full
and
effect.
he's like super into it. Hit us both up. Was just like, I'm coming, boys.
I'm
You let
coming
Uncle
down.
Paul, and he was like he's already a big fan of Uncle Paul, loving it. Like it's just and. Uncle Paul, since he's been on the podcast, is like blowing up. He's like part of La Familia now.
You see that? He's in every one of their social clips, dude. It's like Uncle Paul's like the new La Familia model, dude.
Yeah, he's like a
They got me
mascot
down
for
here.
him.
They put me in all kind of t-shirts and stuff.
Dude, it's so great. Like when we were just up in Dust and Luca's with me, and he's like, "Look, the boys are at Caribbean Bay with Uncle Paul right now," and it's
No
like
way.
Sam and Donnie, like just getting housed with Uncle Paul. Like it's so good. Like Uncle Paul gets him like a rum runner that it's got 7 different alcohols in there. It's 7 different rooms.
Boys
It's
like
a-
dark room.
Yeah, but no, it's so funny. Like, and they're just hanging. Like he shows
It's
up.
pretty sweet that they're like best friends. Like Paul's like best friends
Loves
with La
it.
Familia
Luca
now.
loves him so much. He's like, dude, the guy is just a
Is,
legend.
is Uncle Paul the 8th, 9th member of La Familia?
He
dude?
is now. He is, dude. He's part of it. He's got the wardrobe. He's got La Familia shirts. He's in on it.
He told me the other day, I went down to their house and they put one of them GoPros on the front of my bike and I was riding my bike around the lake and the t-shirt that got me new La Familia. La Familia, Paul.
I'm a
Yeah, so they put they got them full modeling.
I wonder if he can say it yet. I wonder.
bet he
he
can say it now.
He might. But yeah, no, it's so good. Uncle Paul's part of La Familia now, so I'm sure you'll go and see him in the upcoming edits.
What if they put him on tour and they're like, hey, you got to run the merch tent?
He would love that.
Put him on tour, Loft. Come
Yeah,
on,
bring
expand
him.
that budget out, dude.
Yeah, bring
I know
him.
all you fuckers got some miles, dude.
Yeah, I mean we are doing one of the tour stops in Lake Grove or whatever, like just right here in
Groveland.
Groveland.
Groveland, yeah.
Yeah.
Lake David.
Lake David, and Uncle Paul should definitely be at the booth.
I think he has to. I think he's part of the
think he
crew.
has
It's
to,
like
too.
part of the.
We'll make it happen.
That's funny. So yeah, let's break out the.
Yeah, what are we giving away this time? We got some stuff. Check out the banter box. We got a lot of goodies in here. A lot of good stuff to come too. We've been trying to make sure all of these things are,
All right, here we go. On this episode, we are going to give away. We're going to give a melon hat, and this is actually a pretty sick melon hat.
Bust that thing out. Bust that thing out. This one's actually my more favorite one out of all of them because it's Bonifay Banter colors. Yeah. It's like a little navy blue with that teal. It's a little captain styled hat with a little string on top. It is nice. It's a good one, so
melon hat on the Banter colors right there, and then as well. This is a wakeboarding relic right here to all you wakeboard fans. This is a copy of the Standard Quarterly right here, a magazine produced by Joey Maddock and Josh Letchworth. And this thing's pretty sick. So yeah,
it's a beautiful little coffee table.
It's more of a coffee table. Yeah, really good quality, really thick pages, square kind of like format. So you get like it's almost like a surfer's journal, and it doesn't exist anymore. You cannot buy these. Even finding these and having these are like pretty sick to even have. So between the melon
10 plus
hat,
years old,
melon hat, the copy of Standard, we'll try to maybe get Joey to sign that too.
Yeah, I think we could maybe do that if he's around and not out flying choppers. And then some stickers. Give him a La Familia
sticker. We got a white La Familia sticker, the melon hat and the Banter colors, and as well the Standard Quarterly.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's a good one. That's a good little. I mean, I love the melon hat. That one's nice, and the colors are. If we didn't give that one away, I'd be walking home with it. But
all right, so
all right, record that. Yeah,
screen record this thing,
and let's get it.
All right, so here we go for the melon hat, the Standard Quarterly signed by Joey Maddock, and as well the La Familia hat. Spin to win, top shelf Patreon members, and here we go. Who's going to win this thing? And we spin in. And the winner is, ladies and gentlemen, called as I see it, Nevin Tootin.
Nevin,
nice. He's going to be at the bachelor party, one of our friends here. And damn, Nevin, straight out of the gate, winning the melon hat. Nevin just signed up like 5 days ago. So
yeah,
as soon as you got in, first time his name was on the wheel, he takes that thing down.
That's good. Oh, Nev will appreciate a good melon hat. That's for sure. I mean, he is really good friends with Maddock, so he might have a Standard already, but he's going home with another one.
Damn, big shout out, Nevin. Taking it down.
Part of our fantasy football league.
Yeah, part of the fantasy football league.
Part of the
I think he has won it
fantasy.
before.
Yeah, he has won it before. Nevin's a good guy. He was a big part of what Joey was talking about it, the captured video that he made. And he's like one of the most famous behind the scenes guys in wakeboarding.
That's true. It's true. Yeah. He was like that on the Alliance cover I had, like he was the Flash Gordon. He was just taking facefuls of sprays for like 30 minutes. So true trooper.
Yeah.
Shout out Nev.
Love some Nev.
Congrats, Nev.
And a very good disc golfer.
And a very good disc golfer. I haven't played disc golf in quite some time.
Yeah. I haven't tossed a disc in a bit.
You're a real golfer now, Shane.
I'm a real golfer now. Don't do that. Don't do that fake stuff. I'm just joking. Most disc golfers will hate the fact that I called that fake golf, but no.
Well, yeah, you never called it fake golf before. Now that you play real golf, now you call it fake golf.
It's sort of, you gotta hold yourself to a higher standard. You know what I mean?
I think it's real golf. You're just trying to.
Yeah,
you're trying to get it in the lowest amount of.
Yeah, it's ball golf and disc golf to disc golfers. You play ball golf? And it's like,
Davis
golf.
Davis and West going to come after you for that.
I know. It was bad. I'll take it back. Disc golf is real golf too. Yeah, no, it's good. Good.
Are you still mad about being ranked 8th out of all the golfers?
I'm not pumped about it, but it's good. It's a good drive for me to get out there and keep playing more. Try to, shave a few more strokes off my game. I think I got it in me.
You beat the shit out of me last time I played. I think you beat me by like 10 strokes or something.
Yeah,
it's not hard to do.
Yeah, it's not. But you have your good days. You know how to hit a golf ball. You're just not as consistent because you don't play twice a week like I tried to.
Legends was my course to like beat you on. I feel like I've played that course more than anyone, but I haven't played it in a while. My best score on that one, I think, is a 75. Which is like unheard of.
That's really good.
What's funny about that 75 is that I shot it. I didn't bring socks that day to the golf course. I actually played not barefooted. I played no socks on my golf shoes, and I shot the best round I've ever shot. So like the next 10 times I purposely didn't wear socks. I thought that was like my good luck, my superstition.
I love when something like that happens that you're like, okay, all it was is I drank 2 Coors Lights and then I had a transfusion on the back nine, and then you try to re-emulate that.
Half
every
a hot
time.
dog.
Yeah, half a hot dog. Glizzy at the turn.
No socks.
No socks, and it doesn't happen.
It never does.
No, that's good.
You superstitious about anything? You got any superstitions? Repeat things you do, like kind of like you do anything?
Not
patterns,
really.
You wear anything and any type of?
No, I do really just like to dress the part. Like I don't half-ass it. Like I do like to make sure tucked in, belt, like try to look professional because it's like you want.
Not what I was asking, but yeah, but I
no,
got
but you dress for the part that you want.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And if you look like a good golfer, you're halfway there to being a good golfer. So
Fair
I
enough.
like try to
Look good, feel good, shoot good.
I do hate that my shoes are always busted, and I always want new golf shoes because like a good golfer always has really clean, nice golf shoes, and I'm not there. So like, but it wouldn't be a superstition. It's just holding myself to a higher standard.
I think you get that from our Uncle Rusty. My mom's brother is like, he's an insanely good golfer. Like
Really
played
good.
golf his entire life. That's where Shane gets his beautiful swing from, is Uncle Rusty. Shout out Uncle Rusty.
We'll have him on soon.
Yeah. We actually we talked to him. He was he went to Vietnam. He's done all kind of. He's got some crazy wild stories. So we're definitely going to get Uncle Rusty. Not as wild as Uncle Paul. Definitely side of the spectrum.
Opposite
of
side of the spectrum, but equally
but still,
as wild.
equally as entertaining. Yeah. And man, my favorite Uncle Rusty story is we go to Kings Ridge, it's like a shitty little golf course here in Claremont. And so they come in, we all pay, and then the person at the counter, he goes to Uncle Rusty. He goes, "Oh, sir, we have a dress code here at Kings Ridge. You can't wear jeans on the golf course." And he goes, and Uncle Russ is carrying like a duffel bag. He goes, "Oh, no, I'll be fine. I'm going to go change."
He's like, where's your
Bro,
clip?
he goes in, he comes out like 10, 15 minutes later looking like Payne Stewart, dude. I'm talking about like he had like the knickers and stuff. Like it was like, dude, he looked like he had a vest on and like he had a whole new watch. Like he came out looking like $1,000,000, dude.
Dude, I love that.
I looked at the dude behind the counter. I go, "Don't you ever come at Uncle Rusty with a dress code, especially at Kings Ridge, dude. Come on."
Yeah.
He's
I have a
gonna
little
burn
bit of
you.
respect
He's gonna
for
burn
it,
you,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
And he did.
No, he definitely did. That's good. That's funny. Yeah. Uncle Rusty, great golfer. Can't wait to hopefully we get to golf with him again soon. But
I think he's had Uncle Rusty's. How many? Did you remember him saying how many hole-in-ones he's like ever gotten?
no, I don't remember.
It's like
I know
something crazy. It's like 12 or 13 or something. I guess when you're playing like all the time.
that much. Yeah. But there are people, I mean, there's pro golfers that have never had that many. Like they've had like one or two. Like it's crazy.
I would just start throwing it out the hole.
Yeah.
I think that would count though.
What do you think? You want a little rapid fire?
Yeah, let's do a little rapid fire.
I got a little rapid fire. Got a handful of
Damn,
questions.
I'm kind of scared of your rapid fires, man, because like
Yeah, you
they're
haven't been
kind of
part
like-
of one. You
they're kinda
haven't.
stressful,
You haven't
dude.
been on the receiving end of one yet. You've
I
only
know,
got
well,
to see them.
everyone that like takes it, they're like, damn it, man, like these
Yeah,
are pretty
they're
damn
so
tough, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I try to come with some good questions for it. But
Okay,
give me
well,
the prat.
Oh yeah, rapid fire. Here we go.
Here we go.
Okay, so here we go.
All right, Parks. Favorite pro model. Your favorite pro model you've ever had.
My first, I would say the Ibex from Ronex. Nah, yeah.
Yeah, Going Ibex?
The silver graphic Ibex
Okay.
Ronex.
No, the silver was the chrome board was cool.
Yeah,
I
it was
like
where
that.
we had
I like
the
that, yeah.
Ronex embossed into it.
Embossed it. Yeah. No. All right. So who was cooler, Ski Baby Parks or Jackass Parks? But like you got to look at it from almost an outside point of view because Ski Baby was like really, he was pretty cool.
I think Ski Baby Parks. I think Jackass Parks was just like
A sidekick.
I was just a sidekick. I was a fill in. They need some water shit. Hey, call
Yeah.
Parks up. How
But
big do
Ski
we make
Baby
this
owned
jump?
it.
Ski Baby was the start of the show.
Yeah.
And the only thing that could take out Ski Baby Parks was Twiggy the squirrel.
Yeah.
And that
But
was
that's
like
respectable.
That was my,
I mean, it was a squirrel that
just
water
to give you
skied.
perspective on like Ski Baby Parks was like battling toe to toe with Twiggy the squirrel.
Yeah.
And like we're still going toe to toe to this day. I see Twiggy at a boat show, and it's got to be like 20 generations Twiggies later, but they're
Yeah,
still out
they're
there.
still
and
doing
I
it.
still hate that little fucking squirrel.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Fuck you, Twiggy.
Favorite beer or drink?
Favorite beer or drink? I've always been like a Jack and Ginger Ale, Jack and Coke when I was younger. I don't do Jack and Cokes anymore. Jack and Ginger Ale is kind of
Jack and Ginger was always a good one. I liked it.
On the planes, I'll do a Jack and Ginger Ale.
Yeah.
Favorite beer, I would say Peroni is probably my favorite.
Peroni's,
Presidente is a good one. Dominican Republic beer.
All right.
I like cervezas, Modelo's.
Yeah.
That's how you answer a beer question, Rook.
Yeah. Who makes the best smash burger?
Bob Sitchell, dude.
Oh, Bob Sitchell.
Bob Sitchell, yeah. He got a flat stone a couple years ago, dude, and we went down the wormhole. We've probably done like 10 or 12 like different like nights of smash burgers. So we've messed with sauces, we've messed with everything, frying the onions into it, different types of buns, different like so
a lot of
things that you don't realize is
R&D
the temperature. The temperature of the cheese before you put it on
is crucial.
Is actually key.
Yeah, no, because you need it to
if
get
it's
that
too
melted.
cold, it actually gets slipperier. So if it's cold when you put it on and you melt it, sometimes that cheese doesn't melt, and that's when your burger gets like. You ever had the ones that are like super slippery on top?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So you want a warm cheese?
I got like warm temp. Yeah,
all
room
right.
temp.
I like that.
What do you got?
What number am I thinking of?
9.
Nope.
Damn it.
Favorite trick you've done?
That I've invented.
No, just done.
Just done.
Your favorite trick that you're like, damn, that was really good.
I'm gonna say the second double mobe, the switch double mobe that I made.
You know, I always loved you were doing that like toe back off axis one really early.
Oh, that was really fun to do.
It was
Shit,
early
that
back
was
in
really-
the day.
that was really
because that
fun.
was like the first ones of like this weird like rendition of a. It was just a really cool one.
That one
at
was
the time.
good because I remember they would just kink it up. I could come into something super steep and I would just ride
point
it up
nose.
and I would just go up and look to the sky and then right up at the peak you'd poke and you would just fall like almost straight back down.
I love that one.
I do like that. I like my cork backside, my toe side backside spins too, like toe back 5, like cork toe back 5 and the toe back 3s.
Yeah.
Those were really fun to do.
those were good. Those were good. But yeah,
Tough
double
questions.
mobe.
Yeah,
Double
double
mobe
mobe. That
was
was
good.
that was
Favorite cable rider?
Of all time?
Yeah, we'll go all time.
I want to say Dom, but I'm gonna go Daniel Grant. I think.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
think. Yeah.
I think Daniel is the best all around cable rider. Almost probably one of the best people on the water. Like just because he has so much water knowledge, like he can just do so much stuff. But yeah, Daniel Grant or Dom is a really good.
When Daniel won Wake the Line and he won Wake Skate and Wakeboard at the same contest, that's when I like took off the hat. I was just like, all right,
This dude
that's the
yeah. This dude knows.
But yeah, it's either I was gonna say Dom. Dom's probably like my favorite steez on the cable, but I think Daniel.
Yeah.
DG.
Favorite boat rider.
Right now or all time or what do we?
Since that one was all time, well, I guess Daniel's still relevant. But let's go right now. Who do you think? And even it doesn't have to be the all around best, like, but like, who do you think the best is like boat rider?
I'm gonna say Sam Brown. I think is kind of like I wouldn't say he's like the best, but like I think he's I think there will be if he links all his crazy shit together. I think it's just like and everything he does is so bonkers. I mean he's got
a different steez. It's got a different.
He's chicken salad and everything. Like he's like,
it's a good one.
And his trick selection just like bonkers. I think he executes it, and I think he.
Almost.
I think he embodies a loose version of wake riding too. It's not. He doesn't take himself too serious. Like it's a. It's a good gear and a good. It's fun. I think it's refreshing a good one. To watch.
Yeah, and then you could almost say. Anybody in La Familia, like all of those guys have so much different style there that it's like you're just sort of picking, like a different type of the same greatness. You know what I mean? Like even Ty and Mossy and
even
Luca,
Max,
Max, they're all so good. It's just sort of which way you want to fall on those cards. But Sam has some tricks that are just bangers, and they're like
also,
so creative.
I'm gonna throw this in there too. I know I can't pick two. I'm gonna say Ulf Ditch.
Ulf is
because I feel like Ulf is I feel like every generation of like boat riders needs that Randall kind of like someone like we had there was a Dean Smith and then there was the Keith Lymans. There was the there's always that rider balls to the wall and kind of like took it that extra little bit. and it didn't always come easy. And I bet a huge tip of the cap for. I mean, Randall was Shapiro, Randall.
No,
like,
for sure.
But like,
know
I think it's those. I think both two.
All right, that's good. Most underrated of all time, or just not even like the most underrated, but just a good underrated rider that you have like thought that like was just like, man, that was sort of, it was one that like sort of got away from the crowd's eye. And this is a tough one.
This is a tough one.
Yeah, because there's a lot there
There's so many.
especially when we meet so many good riders that you're like, man, you are really good, and it's like a bummer that like things just sort of didn't work out, you know, like.
I think Bob Sovin actually was I mean, he got a lot of credit, but I think like for riding boat contests, like I feel like he had such a weird attack angle at going about it, and such a point to prove, and like he never really won like a big kind of like just a regular wake contest. But I think
Bob is a good one, and Bob did some crazy gaps.
Right.
Like when Bob did that video that he
100%.
did, that like big rail to the little bank, the tiny bank, the backside 180
it's like that
to
huge incline to like that
the
little
tiny bank.
yeah.
That's one of the craziest tricks I think I've ever seen.
Or didn't he? And he did a heel 10 at I think one of the throwdowns at master for the Mastercraft thing.
Yeah. No, it's just he was one that was like, he got a lot of credit for what he did, but it wasn't ever put on the he wasn't at the level that his riding was. Like he should have almost been running the sport instead of just being one of the top 10 guys in the conversation.
Tough questions.
Those were tough ones. Those ones I knew were going to get you up, but I also just wanted to pick your thoughts on it. But okay, how's life going to change after you get married?
Paige will be in charge of finances, and like I'm very unorganized, so I feel like I'm actually motivated and psyched to kind of like
let
pull
her
back
take
all
the
the
reins.
yeah, kind of like finally
Yeah.
count them. Or I don't know. Yeah, it's just kind of I don't know. It's refreshing that I feel like she's just so good at everything that I'm not. Like in like our my strengths are like her weaknesses, and her.
No, I think
so I think it's good. Yeah.
What's next for you?
Bachelor party.
Bachelor
Tomorrow,
party.
dude.
Yeah.
Let's go. Get the crew.
Let's go.
Time out.
And this one, I was hoping that we'd bring this video up because I wanted to show you. I did show you quickly earlier, but my question is, Typhoon Tommy or Frankie Pano?
Ooh.
And I'm going to show a video while this is going on of Typhoon Tommy right now.
Typhoon Tommy, is this the dude you showed me on the Sea-Doos that
on the
does
jet
all
ski
the
that
jet
just
skis
loves,
and like
yeah. They're probably one of my favorite jet ski riders of all time, and it's just purely based on his entertainment value and
Typhoon Tommy.
Or he's just such a good presenter. He like takes what show skiing was, true showmanship, and does it on a jet ski. Like he's like riding on the hood, he's like backwards, flipping around on the seat, and then fist pumping and giving like presentation. So, but Frankie Pano or Typhoon Tommy, and I don't know where you want to go with it. Like obviously,
I mean, dude, I just think that even as much as Typhoon Tommy loves the crowd and can do some aerobics or on a stand-up jet ski, he ain't lighting shit on fire like Frankie Pano, and he's hitting like.
I mean, Frankie's
got
pretty badass,
dude.
I mean,
Frankie puts has like every girlfriend he's ever dated, and he puts them underneath this rail, lights the rail on fire. So he's jumping over chicks, he's jumping over fire on a kneeboard.
Yeah,
and so I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say, give it to Frankie Pano on this.
That makes sense. It makes sense. Frankie Pano is the legend. We all love Frankie Pano.
Let's put up let's take a moment so we can put up a couple badass photos of Frankie Pano, so you know what we're talking about.
That's always going to run through there. We'll put that up.
Shout out Frankie Pano, baby.
And last one, your worst crash.
Ooh, worst crash. The OWC knee blow one in my documentary was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I think one that I talked about this on Grab Matters, and when I was riding with Jeremy Kovac, and I think this is the one. I did a switch roll, dropped the handle, landed on my heels, and then caught my toe edge. And that's the one where I went to go tuck because I was catching my toe edge, and I didn't want to like just face smack it. So I like tucked my chin, put my head straight through the handle, went underneath the water, and then pulled back up. So I put my whole head through the handle and got dragged back up to the surface. out of my boots by my chin in my neck.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly.
So I was like in the water. I was like, man, I've known 2 other people in water skiing, like Aunt Ginger. She ended up breaking her neck. And then Shelly Blum, she was ski jumping. She put her head through the handle, broke her neck. They weren't paralyzed, but they did like break their neck.
Yeah.
So like as I'm getting dragged by my chin,
that's all you thought.
that's all I thought. I was like, my neck is broken, hands down. Like I'm not going to be able to like walk or ever ski again. And I remember getting pulled back up. I remember thinking this as I was getting dragged. And I remember pushing my chin up as hard as I could. And the rope goes, boom, pops off my chin and goes like almost, this is a non-stretch rope too, almost all the way back up to the back of the boat, Jeremy said.
Yeah.
So the boat, rope almost landed back in the boat. And I remember like out of my boots and I was just like underwater and I was just like sitting there. I was like, kick your feet. And then I went to like kick and like they worked. I was just like, thank God, man. Like, I remember that was just like such a crazy. And then my neck swelled up, my tongue swelled up, was all black and blue. I couldn't like swallow like it was.
That's brutal. Yeah, that's a bad one. That's a bad one.
Yeah, that's no. Don't put your head through the handle. Darren put his hand through the handle and broke the fucking rope. He comes up out of the water with the handle still around like a necklace.
Really?
I mean, obviously Darren.
Yeah, Darren
pull that.
Speed bump.
Pit bull,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, pit bull. Yeah, no, that was good. Those were some good answers.
Those are tough. I've always wanted to. You always ask the guests the rapid fires.
Well, what's good about it is I'll get your mind going in a certain direction, then out of nowhere I flip it and be like, okay, now where? What about beers or what about this? And then so you're never can't ever prepare for a rapid fire.
They're really hard.
Yeah, they get you.
I was watching Rux back and we asked him, like, Grateful Dead or Fish. He was like, after that, he's like,
so
you can't even answer what beer he wants. Like.
Yeah, no. Rux was great. Because Rux was easy because I also know his 2 favorite things on most things. You know what I mean? So you're like, this or that. And he's just like, favorite Fish song? He's like, oh, no, I don't know.
What was your, we've done... This is the 7th episode. What's one of your favorite? What's a moment that sticks out of all the episodes?
I mean, I think the most funny one is obviously Ricky Henderson.
That is a great
Ricky
moment
Henderson
right there.
was so good.
That was when we asked Ruck. We go, Ruck, we asked the whole table. We go, who's the biggest influence outside of wakeboarding on your wakeboard career? And Ruck goes, the only name that's jumping to mind is Ricky Henderson.
Just ridiculous and like
it's
so
like an old
awesome.
80s baseball player.
Yeah, like so great. That was good. La Familia was really fun. Just those boys are just classic. Mossy and the Spritzies was great.
Yeah, that was fun. Mossy and Ranch. That was pretty good. Having him look at the camera, face all of Italy. I heard he is allowed back in Italy now.
That's cool.
For a couple of weeks, he wasn't.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just glad. Thank you, everyone in Italy.
Yeah, and
letting him slide on that.
Sorry if it was us that
had to expose it.
Yeah, had to expose your ranch.
Somebody's got to. It's getting out of hand.
Grubb's crash was really just heavy and great, and like really. One of those moments in all of the interviews where you're like, because a lot of the time we're just shooting the shit and having a laugh.
Yeah.
But like when Grubb went into that, it was like that's real. It was real.
You kind of got the severity of it when you can you can almost hear us because we were laughing though, like you said, like the whole for like 2.5 hours, and then all of a sudden like
drops this.
Shit got real kind of.
Yeah.
Real
No,
quick,
that was, but. Yeah,
it's wild to think that he was almost dead like 4 months ago. Like seriously, 4 months ago, like he almost died, and now he's winning the Red Bull 400 kind of race, or he like won his heat race.
So
the Red Bull 400 is where you climb up like 400 feet, and it's just like this, like it's like a mountain climb, like a race up this top of this mountain. Grubb was in a heat with like 50 people or something, and he ends up on top, and I'm just like. Who the fuck is this dude? He was just
such
like
a beast.
Literally almost on his deathbed of like 4 months ago, and now he's winning. Now he's sprinting up 400 feet.
There was a moment where Grubb said he was like, it was like 6 weeks out, and he like acted like that was so long. He was like, yeah, it took me like 6 weeks to like sort of get back to being able to do what I wanted. And we're like, wait, 6 weeks, dude? Jesus. Like,
it's like barely.
Yeah, that's
barely
nothing. 6 weeks ago, I didn't have the same thoughts I was having right now. Nothing different. No, it's been good though. That was a little fun one. What else?
I really like Uncle Paul's episode. I think him clarifying kind of like why he rushed up on stage at the documentary premiere. Yeah. I think because a lot of people were puzzled for decades on that one. Like,
it was an odd moment, but it was great because it was just Uncle Paul being Uncle Paul. So
yeah. and Uncle Paul getting engaged at Dad's ceremony. I think that he explained that really well.
I thought Uncle Paul did really good on here. I thought he held himself and talked about a lot of fun stories and didn't, leave out. I mean, obviously there's so many more stories he could talk about, but he did.
Might need to get him back on here, dude.
Oh, we'll definitely have an Uncle Paul. We're going to have an Uncle Paul. Maybe have an Uncle's episode.
Uncle Paul and Uncle Rusty. I don't know. That's like putting sugar and salt together.
Yeah, there's a word.
No, yeah, we had Uncle Rusty in here, just like we threw on the headphones, and I'll show you this like when we're done. But he was talking, and he was talking. We talked about your golf swing a lot, and he told me, Shane's got my golf swing. You get your golf swings from your damn dad. And Peter had never played golf a day.
Yeah. No, Uncle Rusty says I got a good golf swing, but I don't know how to hit the ball, which seems like that should be part of the golf swing.
Well, and you're like a club and a half off of everyone else who's your same strength and weight and stuff.
Yeah, I know. I got to learn how to torque it.
You want to invert twerk train?
Yeah, I gotta get that whip. Gotta get the whip.
Well, man, yeah. Is there anything else you wanna riff about, Shane? I think we just wanted to do a quick little hour plus little episode on this one.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think this was really good. I really enjoyed it. I, obviously want to thank everybody that's, giving us this awesome feedback. Everybody that's reposting the stuff that we're, showing, and all of the Patreon members for stepping up and helping us out, get it going. Because it's a lot more work than we originally when we started. We're like, we'll just do a podcast, and you don't realize it's a.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for the fact Hunter at Grab Matters got like so many, and Dano got to like 100+ episodes. It's a lot of damn work, man, and really is a.
Yeah,
I'm very impressed with.
It's equally as much work as it is fun, because it is so enjoyable. I do love doing this.
The actual recording's the best part.
Yeah, this is so much fun. And then even whenever you're going back and listening to it, you're like, you forget things that happen. It is all so much fun, but it takes an effort, and it's But
honestly, I think the Patreon members, it makes it all worth it, man. And for the fact that like we like Shane was saying, when we go out on the road and like people come up and say, man, we listen to it, like, or they talk about a moment in it, dude, that really does mean a lot, and it makes it all like worth doing, and just gives a whole new level of like gratification.
It is cool
for what we're doing here. So appreciate y'all, seriously, all the Patreon members, all the friends, family, everyone out there who's
anybody
getting
that's
behind the
listened.
banter. We love y'all, dude.
Yeah, everybody that's listened, everybody that's reposted stuff. Thank you so much. We love it, and we're gonna keep hitting you with it.
And become a Patreon member. Give us some references. We're going to get a little poll on there to see who we can, who's some of the next episodes we're going to get on here. So maybe if you got some recommendations, we'll
ideas
throw them in the
of
consider
guests,
box. Yeah.
Questions, ideas on anything. Say, hey, we want to hear you and Parks talk about a section, or talk about this. Like, give us some ideas. We're into whatever. We're having a lot of fun with it, so we'll just keep it going.
And you even get some other stuff on Patreon too that you don't get on our social and stuff. You become a member. We did after La Familia. I went down the next day and did a whole walk through their whole house and stuff.
Yeah,
showed like everyone's room. Showed the editing bay. Guys are walking around drinking coffee.
Luca said it was.
Luca, they're all doing yoga, and they're all like in this like doggy style pose, like with the arch bag.
Luca said it was sus. He was like, I saw Parks walking around with the phone, and I didn't know what was up, and I was like, well,
then I go into the garage and like they're all in their boxers. Luca's pretty much got his butthole out. It was really funny. And then we actually posted the Uncle Paul song Black Sheep Bonifay that I wrote for the Uncle Paul one. So it's only on Patreon, and every lyric of this song is true. I wrote it about Uncle Paul, called Black Sheep Bonifay, and it's like literally, I'm lucky I wrote that song when I did, because I wrote it when Paul was like kind of crazy. Then he met Janine, and thank God she toned him down a little bit. But Uncle Paul was wild, and that's when I wrote the song. So if you're become a Patreon member, it's on there. You got to check it out and listen to it.
And you wrote a lot of other songs. So here in the future, we'll probably keep dropping you with some other PB bangers.
Yeah, there might be a couple of other ones that
I really liked a lot of them. There's some fun ones in there.
They're only going to live on Patreon too. Some of them I don't want to really get out into
but
too
there's
big
some
of a
good
public.
ones. Yeah. But yeah, no, we're going to keep hitting you with a bunch of stuff. So appreciate you guys for joining, supporting, and doing it all.
Yeah, big shout out to Nevin Tootin taking down the Melon Hat, La Familia sticker, and as well the Standard magazine. Isn't that awesome that he got the Standard magazine? He probably already has some.
No,
from
he
Joey.
definitely
Nevin is like Joey's best friend, like back in the day. So
no, it's good.
Everything works out for a good reason right there.
It was another successful episode. That was fun.
Yeah.
We'll have a guest on next time. So
yeah. It's good to know that we can do it. Just I think every now and then the brothers got to
I like
come in here
this.
and cut
Yeah,
it
this
up.
is a lot of fun. So
Well, hell yeah, a lot of fun. Episode 7 in the books. Thank y'all for listening and tuning in. Sorry for this one being so short, but till the next time, we love y'all. Congrats, Nev, and thank you again, all the Top Shelf members. Cheers, Shane.
cheers.
Love y'all. Episode 7 in the books.